Every time you try to make people understand you, you give them the power to define you. A Stoic man doesn't chase validation. He lets his silence, his calm, do the talking, because true detachment isn't about not caring. It's about knowing your worth doesn't need approval. Here's the truth. The moment you start over-explaining yourself, you're trying to convince others that your worth depends on their understanding. But here's the truth. People who truly respect you don't need an explanation, and those who demand one will never be satisfied, no matter how much you talk. Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." A man grounded in his own values doesn't argue, he acts. He doesn't explain, he embodies. When you constantly justify yourself, you hand over control of your peace. Your emotions start to dance to someone else's rhythm, and the moment you do that, your silence, your most powerful weapon, is gone. So next time someone misunderstands you, don't rush to fix their perception. Just breathe and let the silence speak for you, because silence isn't empty. It's full of power. Most men fear silence because they think it means weakness, that if they don't respond, they lose control. But in reality, silence is what separates the impulsive from the powerful. When you stay silent, you take back the time to think, to observe, and to choose your next move with precision. Epictetus taught that we can't control what others say, only how we respond. That pause, that moment of stillness, is where your strength is built. It's where emotion turns into clarity and reaction turns into wisdom. Every time you refuse to defend yourself, you're training emotional discipline. You're saying, "I don't need to explain myself to be at peace." That kind of silence unsettles people because it shows confidence that can't be shaken. So stop filling every gap with words. Let your silence be the loudest statement in the room. But detachment isn't about ignoring the world, it's about mastering your inner one. Detachment doesn't mean shutting down or pretending you don't care. It means mastering what's inside before reacting to what's outside. When something happens, she leaves, someone insults you, plans fall apart. Most men lose control because their peace depends on everything but themselves. A Stoic man flips that script. He knows that real control begins where emotion ends. He doesn't fight chaos, he observes it. He doesn't react to noise, he listens only to reason. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." Freedom isn't about doing whatever you want. It's about not being enslaved by your feelings. When you no longer need to explain your emotions, justify your worth, or prove your intentions, that's when you truly own your mind. So stop managing people's opinions. Manage your responses instead, because the man who rules his inner world rules every situation. And that control, that calm, is what commands silent respect. Respect doesn't come from speaking louder. It comes from being quieter when others can't. When a man stays calm while everyone else loses control, he becomes the center of gravity in every room. That's what women, colleagues, and even rivals feel drawn to. Not words, but presence. A Stoic man doesn't react to disrespect. He lets people reveal who they are while he remains unshaken, because respect can't be demanded or begged for. It's earned through restraint, through poise, through the discipline to not respond. Marcus Aurelius lived by this principle. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. In silence, a Stoic shows that he is untouchable, not because he's cold, but because he's composed. The calm man wins without conflict. He influences without arguing. And that quiet confidence makes people listen even when he says nothing. But silence isn't just about power, it's about protecting your peace. Not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes the most powerful move is to simply walk away, not in anger, but in clarity, Because peace isn't found when people finally understand you. It's found when you no longer need them to. Every argument you avoid, every insult you ignore, every misunderstanding you release, that's not weakness. That's protection. You're choosing not to waste your mental energy on what doesn't change your reality. Epictetus said, if someone speaks ill of you, remember that he speaks ill of what he supposes you to be. In other words, it's not your job to fix their perception. It's your job to stay centered in truth. A Stoic man guards his mind the way a warrior guards his blade. He doesn't let anyone dull it with drama or ego. That's why detachment is not avoidance. It's emotional self-defense. So when the world tests your calm, don't react. Preserve your peace. Because your silence protects more than your pride. It protects your soul. And when you master detachment, you gain what every man secretly craves: freedom. Detachment isn't losing emotion, it's reclaiming freedom. When you stop chasing approval, stop over-explaining, and stop reacting to every word against you, you finally start living on your own terms. Most men live like slaves, chained not by others, but by their own need to be liked. They give away freedom piece by piece, every time they say yes to avoid discomfort, or sorry to buy peace. But a Stoic man knows freedom doesn't come from control, it comes from release. You stop trying to control her feelings. You stop trying to fix every misunderstanding. You stop trying to please everyone just to feel enough. Seneca wrote, "He who is contented is rich." Contentment is the highest wealth because no one can take it from you. When you need less from the world loses its power over you. And that's what true detachment is. Not coldness, but calm independence. The man who detaches doesn't lose. He gains everything that truly matters. Because once you master yourself, the world has nothing left to take from you. Every man wants control over love, over life, over outcomes. But the Stoics understood something deeper. Control begins within. The moment you conquer your impulses, your need to explain, your fear of being misunderstood, you become untouchable. No insult can shake you. No rejection can break you, because your peace no longer depends on anything outside yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's the essence of Stoic detachment. The ability to stay calm in chaos, to act, not react, to walk away without anger, and to love without losing yourself. The man who masters his emotions becomes his own fortress. He doesn't chase approval, he attracts respect. He doesn't explain, he exemplifies. So stop fighting to be understood. Start becoming the man who doesn't need to explain himself, because his presence already speaks louder than words. And that's the art of detachment. Calm, clarity, and quiet power. The art of detachment isn't about being cold. It's about being calm enough to choose peace over reaction. A Stoic man doesn't explain himself to earn approval. He embodies his truth and lets silence confirm his strength. When you stop chasing validation, you start attracting respect. When you stop trying to control everything, life starts moving in your favor, because people can't manipulate what they can't disturb. So remember this, you don't owe anyone an explanation for your peace, your standards, or your silence. Detach, stay grounded, and let your actions speak louder than your defense. Be unshakable, be clear, be stoic. If this message resonated with you, subscribe and join thousands of men mastering the art of emotional control and inner strength, because the world needs fewer men who talk and more men who are silent, strong, and free.